Does the color of the sky mean anything special to you? It does to me. A hell of a lot. When I close my eyes, the sky in my dreams is a deep, dark blue. Pilots have been in my family for 4 generations. Flying's in my DNA. Even so, my grandpa didn't want me joining the Air Force. He lost faith in the Ocean Air Defense the day my dad died in battle.
You know, Abby, I wish you could see what it's like up there. Cruising above the clouds, the dark blue of the stratosphere. Nothing beats being at the controls and seeing it from the cockpit. Look here.
Gramps tossed a magazine over to me with an article. Unmanned fighters are no longer a dream, it read. Pilots taking to the skies will soon be a distant memory.
I don't see anything good coming from that.
Know what? Lying smack dab in the middle of the desert west of here, there's a bunch of planes from the last war. Some of them have been mothballed, but most of them are just rusted piles of junk waiting to be scrapped. Gramps was really good friends with the super there, so he got to take whatever he wanted, no questions asked. That's how we got the parts to build our own plane. Now, when I say we, I mean me, my grandpa, and his old war buddies. I cut my teeth working with those geezers. They taught me their skills and some dirty jokes. But with their aging eyeballs and whatnot, I ended up having to do most of the work myself. I was at the airstrip doing some flight training when I saw it. A prototype drone. It wasn't much of a plane, more of a trash can with wings.
Laugh at it all you want, kid. But technology's always changing. If you don't keep up with it, it'll leave your ass behind.
It took 6 years and 8 months to get that engine running. And it took us another 1.5 years after that to finally get the balance of the airframe just right. I'd gone from being a little girl to, well, still a girl, just older. But now, I was all alone. Wherever the souls of my Gramps and his pals are flying, I hope it's peaceful. Then, finally, I was ready to break the sound barrier. All this plane could do was take off, accelerate, and fly up. So, I flew up, straight up, through the clouds, higher into the sky. Dark blue. I could almost touch it. Then I saw Osia's fighters. They were tailing something. A drone. They were going full out chasing that thing. Doing 30 Gs at least. Damn, I've never seen anything move that fast. It had a rose painted on it. The Erusian emblem. But that country's a whole continent away from here.
Right. You should have put away a best with this piece of junk. Should have built a return too.
Is everyone here? Settle down. I said settle down. You have all been instrumental in helping to maintain peace in Usea as members of the International Union Peacekeeping Force. Until today. Earlier, our radar site informed us that a group of unidentified aircraft was approaching. Communication systems went down immediately afterwards. We are led to conclude that they have attacked the site. Here's your mission. It's possible that the Yuuzhan ceasefire agreement has been broken for the first time in over a decade. As of today, the Fort Grays Air Base Squadron of the IUPF has been put on high alert. All members who have been ordered to sortie, fly there immediately. Find the unidentified craft, then use your weapons to round them up and force them to land. If the hostiles counterattack, then you will...
What the hell was that? There's smoke! We're under attack. Numerous unidentified aircraft confirmed overhead. What? How is that possible?
The tank farm to the north has been bombed.
Many injured.
Scramble! All units, take off and eliminate the unidentified craft attacking the base. This is not a drill.
Итак, всем привет! Сегодня у нас на канале новая игра. Как вы заметили уже, это Ace Combat. Попробуем полетать, посмотрим, что это и как это. Получится ли у нас. Так, что у нас здесь? Операция Дирхорн. Боевая задача сбить бомбардировщик противника. Дата, район, состояние неба, солнечная облачность, сильная облачность. Все враги, воздух, земля, вода, все враги. Координаты. Триггер это я что? Так, масштаб камеры, передвинуть камеру. Подготовка следующий. Тут 95. Инструктаж могу разрешить задать? Так, начинаем задание. Так, что у нас здесь? Это мои, что ли? Приобретено. Скорость, маневренность. Массивной плотности для перехватчика модели представляет собой вариант принятого наложения ВВС. Несмотря на свой возраст, он отличается превосходной скоростью. Его официальное название Фантом 2, однако разность цвета его меньше. Легкий завизор разработан, в том числе для поддержки тяжелых исследователей. Его не приходится волки. Он был оснащен последней техникой своего времени и оборудован системой управления. Отличается повышенной маневренностью, точностью, носит название Fighting Falcon. Почему здесь звездочки горят? Истребитель. Давай возьмем его. А у нас есть выбор. Выбор летательный аппарат с вопросом движения.
Main squadron, aircraft preparations complete. Stand by at the front.
Ждем дальнейших приказов. И где приказы?
Radar side's still silent. Scramble. Get those birds in the sky. We're sitting ducks. What's happening? Bombers incoming. Don't know how many.
Let's clear that runway. We don't got all day here.
Mage Squadron, head to runway. Column Squadron, take off. Link to Skykeeper. Hurry, Mage Squadron. Trigger, your call sign is Mage 2. Verify and read back. Mage 2, clear for takeoff. The situation is tight. It's a hell of a welcoming party. We have faith in you. Good luck.
Control, do me a favor and get that bird in the air ASAP.
Cadet, Column Squadron and your wingmen are airborne. Take off and form up with Mage 1. Mage 2, altitude restriction is lifted. Good luck.
The carrier. Whoa. Looks like the harbor's taken a lot of damage.
Can't have any more casualties. Time to stop the bullshit. Mage 2, form up with Mage 1. All aircraft, let's do this. Golem Squadron, it's go time.
Roger that.
Column 4, understood.
Вас понял.
This is the AWACS Skykeeper. Take down all unidentified bombers. They don't have many escorts. They hit our radars hard in the last attack. Expect the worst and stay sharp.
Wilco. Trigger, I'm your wingman. Fly with me now. That's what it means to be in an element. You gotta keep an eye out for enemy bombers. Okay, here we go. Looks like bombers have been located. Target is hit. It's showtime, Trigger. Let's see if you can handle the spotlight.
Enemy bomber confirmed down. Good job, Mage 2.
Not bad, Mage 2. Trigger, switch your radar. See if you can locate the enemy. There it is, sitting there all pretty, just waiting to be taken.
Formation in the clouds.
They're way overhead. Let's go introduce ourselves.
Harbor fuel storage is intact. It's asking for another round. All escorts form up for another attack. Point is 835.
Watch out for the support aircraft.
Rival 3 engaging.
Target confirmed down. Looking good, Mage 2. Mage 2, target's in range. Pair of bombers.
Trigger, stay calm. You got this. I know the kid's shown some promise, but let's remember, he's still barely gotten his feet wet.
Давай. Я так понимаю, бомбардировщики нам придется.
Trigger, don't forget your special weapon.
Locked.
That's it. It's great when it's simple.
Enemy bomber down. Nice going, Mage 2.
Not too shabby, Mage 2. You still got a long way to go, kid. I'll give you some pointers back at base if you can make it in one piece. Skykeeper, this is Mage 1, over. Tally 2 bandits.
Copy that. It's a bomber and an escort.
Oh, there, Trigger. Settle down. Mage 2, maintain your element with Mage 1. Do not break off. Mage 1, make sure he doesn't do anything stupid. Wilco. Column 2, let's maintain element.
Copy that, Commander. I've got your 6 covered, sir.
Radio.
Mage. 2 new enemy groups. Target is in range of guns.
This is HQ. Attention all combat groups. Are there any drones? Verify. Drones? Are you kidding me right now? Jesus, this is the kind of shit that really chaps my ass. UAVs. I can't tell them apart.
Че дальше? Где дальше цели? Кто там?
Landed in my sights. Locked on. Enemy on your tail. Watch it. Harbor facilities and carriers destroyed. Control that. Mission accomplished. Damage, but I'm good to go. We've still got half our baggage. Emptying about hangars and runways.
Careful, the enemy has a lock.
Enemy on my tail. Don't let them destroy the harbor. Where the hell are we fighting? The harbor is under heavy fire. Enemy missile, break!
Mage 2 locked. Enemy bomber hit, but still airborne. Finish it off.
Mage 2 bandit confirmed down.
They can burn with their whole payload. Hesitating for a split second could be the difference between life and death. Stay sharp, think fast.
Roger that.
Птичку сбили.
Missile! Break hard! Bandit coming at you!
One remaining.
Mage 2, keep your focus. You got this. Column 4, Fox 2.
Небо чистое.
To Golem and Mage. Job well done. All bombers are down. Our radar shows no sign of bandits. You're in the clear.
Good going, Mage 2. Flight commander looks like he's got what it takes. Let's slow down. It's just one sortie. Don't try to be a hero. I want you to make it back in one piece, you hear?
Yeah, I gotta side with the boss man on this.
Че где база-то? Куда лететь?
Column Squadron, this is HQ. Did you confirm any drones? What's the deal with all the drones? Column 1, return to base and report for debriefing.
Ну давай, куда лететь-то? База-то.
I am Princess Rosa Cosette Delise of the Kingdom of Erusia. Citizens of Erusia.
Принцесса.
Trigger, your call sign is Mage 2. Verify and read back.
Че типа повтор, что ли?
Mage 2, clear for takeoff. The situation is tight. It's a hell of a welcoming party, but we have faith in you. Good luck.
красиво летим. Ух ты, кого-то догнали. Ракета пошла. Вторая. Сказали. Полетать будет.
We are currently assessing the damage to the base. We have confirmed that the aircraft carrier Albatross was sunk. We know the attacking bogies were from Erusia. International Union peacekeeping force bases all over the Yusian continent were attacked in the same way. The damage is severe. Many wars are lost by failing to recover from the opening blows. That means successfully retaliating was very important. You may have turned the tides of battle here. You have our thanks.
В режиме кампании открыто дерево летательных аппаратов. Теперь вы можете устанавливать элементы в режиме кампании. Элементы. Следующее задание.
As of 1 p.m. today, the Kingdom of Erusia has declared war on the Osean Federation. As soon as the news broke out, enemy aircraft began bombing Osean territory, causing widespread destruction. The Air Defense Force has released a statement saying this violent attack was carried out by drones. They speculate the drones were secretly transported to Osea in shipping containers and launched remotely. The Secretary of the Navy has stated that the enemy was targeting naval ports across the country. According to the Secretary, all of the nation's aircraft carriers, including one still under construction, sustained severe damage in the attacks. We have yet to hear back from the department as to the fate of Osean carriers currently at sea. Hold on, I've just received breaking news. The International Space Elevator, which is being built in southern Yusia, has been seized by the Erusian army. Reports say former President Harling was touring the site at the time, but his current whereabouts are unknown. Our sources in government tell us it was Harling's policies regarding the space elevator that caused economic frictions in the area, and which ultimately led to this war. Located near Erusia, on the continent of Yusia, the space elevator has been under construction for some time now. The Executive Office of the Osean Federation has declared a national state of emergency. They have ordered all its armed forces, including Yusian peacekeepers, to mobilize and make the necessary preparations to launch an immediate counterattack. Ladies and gentlemen, our country is officially at war. Stay tuned for further updates.
Breaking news from ENN. Osea launched an attack on the capital today, striking Farbanti from their aircraft carrier, the Kestrel II. After a brutal battle, the Erusian Air Force successfully repelled them. During the air raid, the Osean Air Force fired missiles at the city and managed to shoot down a number of Erusian fighters. Some of the disabled planes then crashed into residential areas.
The world was screwed. 20 years ago, the Earth got slammed by an asteroid. Yusia was on the wrong side of the planet and got hit. Hard. Refugees swarmed the Erusian Republic, the biggest country on the continent, plunging it into chaos. They were desperate and started a war, one they had no hope of winning. That's the war my dad fought and died in. The biggest nations from 2 continents went head-to-head, and the so-called righteous Oseans struck the deal that ended it. They fancied themselves the only nation that could bring peace and stability to the world. They even tried saving the Yusians, still suffering from the disaster. That's how a space elevator, stretching way up into the sky, ended up being built in Yusia, paid for by the Oseans. President Harling said he did it out of compassion for his fellow humans. But to the folks in Erusia, it looked like Osea was moving in to take over. Erusia went from being a republic back to being a kingdom. When they started this new war, they managed to get the drop on everyone. The second the declaration hit the news, Erusian forces took control of the space elevator without spilling a single drop of blood. President Harling was touring the elevator when it happened and disappeared. Then, while that was going on, the Erusian ships that were docked all around Osea released a swarm of drone fighters they had hidden on board in containers. No one thought they were capable of doing what they did that day. With pinpoint accuracy, they managed to take out everything that was military, and not a single civilian was hurt in the process. Osea pissed lots of people off with their huge military presence around the world. Erusia didn't have the same reach, but they could hit their targets faster and cleaner. And when all this was going down, I just so happened to be in my flying drag racer. In case you were wondering, yeah, I survived. I crashed in a bombed-out Osean Air Force base, then got arrested for breaking wartime aviation laws or some crap. The world went from being at peace to being at war, all in the blink of an eye. I was tried, found guilty, and stuffed into a cargo ship. For company, I had some court-martialed soldiers. And remember those mothballed planes I told you about before? They were loaded on the ship, too. We headed off down south for several days, and then swung east. That's how I got here. I was thousands of kilometers from Erusia, on the opposite side of the Usian continent. For a port, it was dull as hell. It had 3 rusty patrol boats, and the base? The fences were topped with razor wire, the tower had a searchlight and machine guns, and a truck with a gun turret was parked in front of the gate. Its gun was aimed at the yard. This was a prison. This place looked like a full-on base, but half the tanker trucks were just big balloons, and the runways weren't even paved, just painted on the dirt. The whole place was just one big fat lie. The only reason I was here is because they knew I'd restored a supersonic plane. They wanted me to make something out of the mothballed planes they brought, that they could park on the fake runway. Can you believe that shit? So, I tried to escape. They found out, and set the dogs on me.
Короче, началась война между двумя неизвестными странами, державами.
Erusia has made a declaration to the Osean Federation and all countries on the Usian continent stationing the IUN peacekeeping force that we are now at war. Right after the declaration was made, surprise attacks began around the continent that have inflicted major damage to our armed forces. Forces aligned with Erusia are currently appearing throughout Usia. The combination of these forces has overwhelmed the majority of the continent, and they are now encroaching on us in the east. Additionally, the multinational space elevator has been seized by the Erusian military. After the previous war, the space elevator became both a symbol of peace and a valuable asset in the fight against growing energy concerns. Whoever has control of it will have enormous influence over the entire continent. We cannot turn a blind eye to this critical situation. The Fort Gray's Air Base Squadron has been entered into the order of battle to reclaim the elevator as an advance element. First, you will attack all hostiles coming in the east of Schofield Plateau to stop any interference with the Allied ground troops. The enemy has deployed several vehicles equipped with anti-air radar along the roads. You are to destroy them. They should not pose much of a threat. However, there is a high likelihood that the attack will draw more enemy air support. If that happens, fight them off swiftly and establish air superiority.
Операция Истурмвинд. Боевая задача: уничтожить наземное сооружение противника. Дата район состояния облачно, значительная облачность. Так, наземная цель 14.8. Понятно. Далее. Подготовка к миссии. Дерево летательных аппаратов позволяет вам получить новый летательный аппарат, оружие и элементы оснащения для превосходства над противником во время трудных заданий. Дерево летательных аппаратов. ОР-1. Вы будете получать очки за участие в матчах и боевых вылетах. Их можно обменять на новые летательные аппараты, особое вооружение, элементы оснащения на экране дерева летательных аппаратов. В режиме кампании очки присуждают выполнение заданий. В режиме сетевой игры за участие в матчах. Чем выше будет ваша эффективность, на оценку влияет скорость выполнения заданий, количество сбитых самолетов и так далее, тем больше очков вы получите. Очки результатов ОР можно потратить на экране дерева летательных аппаратов, чтобы открыть более мощный летательный аппарат, оружие и элементы оснащения, которые помогут вам в бою. Награды на дерево летательных аппаратов соединены между собой линиями. Как правило, чтобы открыть предмет, необходимо получить предыдущую награду на той же линии. Обратите внимание, что некоторые награды станут доступны только после выполнения определенных условий. Открыв новый самолет, вы автоматически получите для него один вид особого вооружения, но два других вам придется открыть с помощью ОР. Вернуть ОР, потраченное на открытие летательного аппарата, оружие, элементы оснащения нельзя, поэтому распоряжайтесь ими самому. Летательные аппараты виды особого вооружения. Некоторые летательные аппараты виды особого вооружения предназначены для ведения воздушного боя, другие лучше подходят для уничтожения наземных целей. Таким образом, ключ к успеху подобрать перед вылетом экипировку, подходящую для выполнения боевой задачи. Виды летательных аппаратов. Истребители, многоцелевые штурмовики. Истребители обладают великолепным маневром, предназначенным для ведения воздушного боя. Многоцелевые выполняют различные операции, не обладая ярко выраженными сильными сторонами. Штурмовики — надежные самолеты, которые отлично подходят для уничтожения наземных целей. Виды. То есть нам сейчас нужен штурмовик. Виды особого вооружения. Воздух для уничтожения летательных аппаратов. Воздух земля для уничтожения наземных целей. Прочее обладает характеристиками, не входящими в две другие категории. Параметры: скорость, мобильность, устойчивость, воздух. Прикольно стать включением воздуха земля, защита. Летательный аппарат с вооружением и элементами оснащения обладает разной стоимостью, которая учитывается только при организации сетевых матчей. В некоторых комнатах сетевого режима установлены ограничения по цене набор летательных аппаратов. Может, могут участвовать только игроки с определенным уровнем. Так. F14. Мираж. И Ми-29. Угу. Текущий ОР 50 тысяч 16. Легкий истребитель, а нам нужен штурмовик. Полный истребитель, перехватчик, на представленный вариант. Такое приключенный близко. Что у нас? 70 тысяч. У нас 56. 65. То есть мы должны улучшать ускорение. Ну, что, я могу его поставить? Непонятно. Так, снаряды, поражающие выбранную цель. Не взрывается после пробития брони, поэтому носит разрывные ракеты класса воздух-воздух. Если не удалось поразить цель, они взрываются, нанося урон даже без промаха. Так, мне надо земля. Да. Окей. А чё ты там? Как я могу ее активировать? Здесь я что-то сделал. Ладно, посмотрим потом еще. Начать задание. То есть нам надо что-то наземные цели разбомбить, да? Приобретено. Угу. Предпросмотр. Это может быть вооружение. Это у нас истребитель-перехватчик. А это у нас легкий истребитель. Давай его выберем. Так, снаряд, поражающий выбранную цель, они взрываются помогать, то есть нам все не надо. Выбрать элементы. Эти элементы можно открыть на экране летательных аппаратов, обмен на АР. Каждый из них улучшает или изменяет ваш самолет или особое вооружение, а иногда даже может прилетать в максимальной скорости. Вы можете установить их при редактируя набор летательного аппарата или непосредственно переводит элементы оснащения, улучшают различные параметры летательного аппарата и делится на следующие категории. Корпус улучшает скорость маневра, прочность оружия, повышает выполненную силу, пулемет, стандартное оружие и сооружение. Прочее улучшает летательный аппарат способности, находящиеся на этой категории. Каждый элемент оснащения занимает определенное количество ячеек. Некоторые летательные аппараты обладают ограниченным количеством ячеек для корпуса, оружия и прочих улучшений. Если они заполнены, установить дополнительное решение нельзя. Помимо количества ячеек, общее число доступных элементов также ограничено. На каждый самолет вы можете установить не более 8 элементов. Некоторые элементы носят одинаковое название, но при этом отличаются уровнем. Тем сильнее эффективность, тем больше места занимает такой элемент. Установить на самолет несколько элементов оснащения с одинаковым названием невозможно, даже если они разного уровня. Некоторые элементы доступны только в сетевом режиме компонента. То есть я вот это могу поставить. О, код маленькую видите. Отлично. Покинуть ангар, выбрать самовооружение, выбрать. Все, полетели. Понеслась. Уничтожьте наземное сооружение противника. Ну давай посмотрим, что там за наземное сооружение.
Current target is on rails, but there's still military vehicles and anti-air weaponry. Destroy the target. But HQ has made it clear that no harm should come to civilians and no damage is to be done to public facilities.
But, any aircraft shot down could land in civilian territory.
No point arguing. That's how war is these days.
Ого.
visual on the anti-air radar vehicles? They should be close.
Yep.
Что, стреляй,
Being attacked by enemy aircraft. We're using the containers now. Those weapons are meant for tactical flexibility.
Target eliminated.
It's popping off now, Trigger. The war has officially begun.
Мы кого-то уже уничтожаем, да?
Radar vehicles are under fire. Can we move them? Caution, hostile on the radar lock. The anti-air radar vehicle has been destroyed. We're going for the radar car.
They've got their anti-air guns aimed right at us.
What the hell do you mean the nearest airbase hasn't got any fighters?
Target destroyed. 5 to go.
Hell yeah, hostile has been eliminated. Get the fighters out there. Protect the radar vehicle. My stuff.
APC destroyed.
Requesting permission to move the vehicle. We can't wait any longer. We need interceptors now. We don't have any anti-air weaponry in place yet. We can't put up a decent fight.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Target has been destroyed.
Че, так, все уничтожено.
Shit. Where are the damn interceptors?
Missile. Missile.
Chaffin flares deployed. Target destroyed. 3 to go. Continue to engage at your discretion. Enemy interceptors inbound. Prepare to engage in 30 seconds.
Wilco, here they come. Take them down.
Missile.
Hey, recruits. Pay attention to who's on what side. The newest IFF is connected to our entire force via satellites. It's reliable, so trust your radars.
Cut, of course.
Locked.
Enemy missiles detected. Evading.
2 targets remaining.
That radar was just about to go online. We pushed the plant forward too fast. Base too far with Allied territory.
Missile away.
They took a bite out of me. Breaking.
The clouds don't just affect your field of vision. They also mess with your HUD and radar. The Seekers can sometimes lose their lock-on to their targets, too. Box 2.
Caution. Pull up.
APCs have nowhere to hide.
Connect. I've maneuvered behind the enemy. Kill confirmed. Nicely done.
Evading missile.
Box 2. They're losing it after their allies on the ground were taken out.
Can't see how you the firing.
Locked.
Mage 2, they have a lock on you.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Friendly has been shot down. Do we really have interceptors? They're still pounding us.
Так, что дальше?
Missile.
Chaffin flares depleted.
This is School 6. Enemy is locked on me.
Missile.
Missile. Breaking.
Missile. Ammunition 0.
Locked on bandit.
Missile.
Fox 2.
Missile.
Кто на стороне? Там мигается.
Caution. Pull up.
Breaking, can't get away from the block.
Улика.
Enemy's airstrikes are flawless. We're done for.
Enemy missile inbound. Evading. Great aim over clear ground. School 3, get the bailout now.
Golem 1, enemy will crash in a residential area.
Just worry about staying alive for now.
I'm icing up.
Fox 2, Fox 2.
On his tail.
Missile.
Breaking to escape off.
Missile.
Missile away.
Enemy missile inbound. Evading. Warning, bandit on your 6.
Golem 1, Fox 2. Trigger, there's one more to go.
Missile. Missile.
Идем опять. На задницу пристраиваться.
Enemy missile inbound. Evading. Missile cruising. Evading.
Shred the radar network.
Behind target and ready to attack.
So you want us to take down the enemy without damaging any public facilities? That's gonna be a circus.
The enemy aircraft away from the base.
Enemies travel a long way, so they're trying to end this quickly. Warning, enemy in your 6.
Missile. Missile.
Evading enemy missile. Golem 4, Fox 2. Watch your 6. Breaking over.
On his tail.
Теперь.
Attack radar vehicle. It's on fire.
Entering clouds. Locked.
Outstanding. Bandit is down.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Что-то, по-моему, раз это мимо прилетел. Какой-то хулиган опять похож.
Missed.
Missile incoming. Break. Bandit has a lock.
Missile.
Fox 2, Fox 2.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
О, хулиган. Иди сюда. Иди сюда. Есть.
All right, clean up that last radar vehicle. There's nothing in your way now.
You're running out of missiles. Mage 2 locked. Mage 2, Fox 2.
Вот он самолет стоит какой-то.
Okay, let's completely blind those bastards.
special weaponry.
Что, тебе тоже надо, что ли? Прям далеко, блин.
Mage 2 bombs away.
How the hell is he gonna be able to hit its tracking if it's camouflaged?
No remaining special weaponry. That was the last radar vehicle. Great work.
Oh, to see the Erusian's faces now.
Continue with the mission. Crush as many as you can.
Чё, С-17 вид? Не самолет лететь пишу. Блин, ракеты-то кончаются, ё-моё.
No, they're not linked to the radar vehicles. Launch manually. Redo the setup. Fire anti-air gun. Here's some feedback with those floor merchants. Write your manuals in a language we can understand.
Enemy transports are taxiing.
Three targets remaining.
Lockdown hostile.
Надо ворачиваться.
Fox 2. Missiles depleted.
Launch preparations complete.
Вот тут прыгаю.
Whenever you're ready. Stand clear, 15 meters. UAVs ready to launch. Away.
И чё это было? О, жопа какая. Лишь ракет нет. Что делать-то?
What happened? Status report.
Multiple bogies on radar. They're close.
Wait, they're being launched.
You're clear to engage. They're probably hostile.
Judging by the way they look and move,
Что
they gotta be
произошло?
drones. Your target is spotted, Cloud. No doubt about it, we're dealing with UAVs. But that doesn't change a thing. Just think of them as somewhat clever decoys. Take them all down. These drones have great agility. All aircraft. You know what high G turns are, right? Use them.
Mage 2. Fox 2.
HQ, this is Golem 1. Bandits confirmed as UAVs. Repeat, bandits are drones.
Missiles depleted.
Golem 1, that doesn't matter. Destroy all enemy fighters and get out. It doesn't matter. He says we can change in an instant. Get over it. Yeah, I just wish they'd give us a bit more warning.
Последняя ракета. Шикарно.
Golem 2, the enemy's reading you.
Чего не продолжает сейчас? Нет.
That's a miss.
Enemy UAV confirmed destroyed. Hell yeah. Golem Squadron, you're not gonna let Mage get all the glory, are ya?
3 enemies to go.
Comes through here. Fox 2, Fox 2.
Фактив.
Crap. The aircraft is icing up. I'm getting a warning.
Get out of the clouds, the ice will melt. The enemy knows a few moves, but that's about it. Just chase him down and pull the trigger. Golem Squadron, surround him.
Бывает.
I got an enemy in front of me and behind me.
Только срачи.
I've maneuvered behind the enemy.
Box 2. That's a miss.
Что, у нас есть выбор? Нету, придется научиться.
Bandit, right on your tail.
He escaped into the clouds.
Ой, попал. Да
This one's
ёшкин
mine. Reason is in my sights. Don't try to read their movements.
Column 4, box 2.
Да, заколебали мы. Мисал.
Bandit coming at you.
Мисал, черного лиса.
Being locked onto.
Здесь только получится сейчас.
Missile incoming. Evade.
Говно.
Locked.
Trigger, don't let them keep you to run around. Take them down one at a time.
Прям мышку взять, что ли?
Bandit coming at you. Column 4, box 2.
Давай уже.
They have a lock on you. Shake them.
Behind target and ready to attack.
I'm buying dinner for anyone who takes down an enemy.
There's a bar I want to
Сколько
try.
там? 5 было, что
You're
ли?
doing good.
Или, по-моему, уничтожено, да?
Just 2 more. Once you hit one of them, stick to them like glue. Don't let them out of
Что-то
your sights,
вон
even in the clouds.
Так, подождите, знаю. Луна, вот это видишь?
No missiles remaining.
Where'd he go?
One to go. Let's get through this without any casualties.
Bandit evaded the attack.
Don't ice up in there.
Clouds are screwing up the accuracy.
I'm iced up.
Че, улетаешь, что ли, от нас? Да не спеши, ты погоди. Я тебе кое-что припас. Да, тупорина. Иди сюда.
Locked.
Не хочу ничего. Не снимай, если меня ряд.
So, drones don't feel the G-force, huh?
Иди сюда.
Ammunition 0. Ammunition 0.
гребаные беспилотники.
Missiles depleted.
Nice kill, Trigger. Enemy aircraft confirmed down.
The skies are clear. Nice work, everyone. Mission complete. RTB.
No casualties. We couldn't have done any better. Returning to base.
I don't know. Maybe the bandits we took down caused civilian casualties.
Pull up. Ammunition 0. Caution.
No point arguing. That's how war is these days. You shoot, someone gets killed. The guys in charge take care of the rest.
Current target is on rails, but there's still military vehicles and anti-air weapons.
You've given us air superiority by destroying their radar. The first barrier keeping us from retaking the space elevator is gone. Now is the time to group up and begin the counteroffensive. Let us reclaim what is ours.
Оценка Б. Что значит? Бонус времени, бонус за оценку, сходные, бонус за оценку, бла-бла-бла-бла. 42 тысячи, там 96. То есть мы сейчас можем купить типа самолет. Ну давайте нажмем. Посмотрим. Сейчас опять, наверное, будет, да, куча всего.
The surprise attacks carried out after the declaration of war saw the peacekeeping forces of various countries, including Osea, suffer major damage. The ships moored around the space elevator and near Gandar Bay have been hit particularly hard. Numerous ships have been sunk and abandoned. Fortunately, our cutting-edge aircraft carrier, Kestrel 2, was at sea, so it was spared from the attack. Kestrel 2 is now preparing to launch another attack against Erusia's capital, Farbanti. The aircraft carrier Vulture also managed to escape Gandar Bay safely. However, it lost all its aircraft, so it's sailing empty. Today, the International Union Peacekeeping Force reclaims its bid to the space elevator. The Fort Gray's Island Air Base Squadron will rendezvous with the carrier Vulture for a joint mission. The first objective will be to seize air superiority in Schoppenberg in order to secure a route for the support squadrons. The enemy maintains air superiority over Schoppenberg, so expect heavy resistance from enemy aircraft. There's more, so listen carefully. Right from the start of the war, the enemy has been deploying drones. They're using a new advanced type of drone. The unmanned airborne aircraft carrier, the Arsenal Bird, carries this new drone, MQ-101. The Osean Army headed up the development of the massive Arsenal Birds and dispatched them to the space elevator to provide support. However, it's been reported that the carriers may have fallen into the hands of the Erusian forces. If that's true, it could be a significant obstacle for us. We need to regain control of the space elevator ASAP. Good luck out there.
Крупный палубный истребитель. Истребитель средних размеров. Легкий истребитель с треугольным. Тихо. МиГ-29 истребитель. Назад включать на что? целевой летательный аппарат. Не, давайте что-то мне наши российские по душе больше. Истребитель средних размеров, пришедший на основе таким самолетом, как МиГ-21, отличается превосходной управляемостью, которая делает его великолепные боевые единицы, позволяет на равно спорить с самолетами F-15. Он получил продал ласточку. Давайте ласточку возьмем. Окей. Потратить. Что вы откроете? Да. Где-то моя ласточка. Ласточка. Что тут? Что у нас? Ракеты повышенной мощи класса воздух-остров. Они наносят огромный урон, плохо наводятся на цель, требует долгой зарядки. Рекомендуется опытный пилотом. Ракеты повышенной дальности класса воздух-земля, предназначены для уничтожения близко расположенных наземных целей. Если допускать большого расстояния, чтобы проводить плане. Давай, понадобится, наверное. Окей. Сейчас сколько у нас там осталось? 24. Мы можем... Ракеты класса Волков способны поразить до 4 целей одновременно. Это делает оптимальный выбор боя. Так вот, вообще круто. И у нас есть еще какой-то улучшенный скоростной аппарат по стабильности. Эльмерон. Давай возьмем. Еще что-то нам нужно взять, наверное, нет? Текущий. Ага. Все. У нас здесь тоже есть какой-то привод рулей, да? Ультрасовременные тормоза. Качество зарядного. А здесь, короче, жопа всего, да? F17, F15, F15, 15 всякие разные. Тайфун, Рафаэль, наверное, 30. О, это я полетал. 34, 37, 35 С. О, обратное крыло, что ли? Крыло обратной стреловидности. Крупными цветами крылья с обратной стреловидностью придают ему запоминающийся маневренность, с которой не может сравнить ни один из ее предшественников. Прозвище Беркут. 130, 57, а здесь F22. Ну ладно, мы посмотрели. Надеюсь, вам понравилось, стало интересно. Вы будете смотреть. Будете смотреть и наслаждаться. Так что на сегодня мы завершаем. Всем пока, удачи и до встречи.